Forum panel. Please welcome to the stage our host, the president of Premier, Mr. Michael David Palance.
Good morning, everyone. Today's going to be an awesome day. We have some industry people from Los Angeles here on the panel, from Sydney, Australia, Singapore, Vancouver, and Dubai, as well as Hong Kong. So the reason we do these panels is to put together sort of a bird's eye view of what the industry people within your country is thinking, so that you guys can get just a little bit of feedback as to the mindset, because each country is just a little bit different. And as we talked about last night with the importance of social media, the importance of having a demo reel, and all of these different things that you need, not just obviously the talent that's required or the preparation that's required, and obviously having the opportunity to be here at Premier, but also being what I call the complete package. And as a complete package, people are going to be looking at your social media, your demo reel, and those kinds of things. Some of the things that you guys have been working on in the last couple of days, I had some workshops with some of the kids. You guys are awesome, and you're really on a great path. Some of the work that we got to do with the children that I personally got to do yesterday and that I'm going to be doing today was amazing. Some of these children have really done their homework, and we've worked on some fine-tuning on their performances to really help them have that extra edge for callbacks. Also, as a reminder today, guys, this will be the last day that we're going to be doing any of the t-shirts or the hoodies. This will also be the last day that you guys are going to be able to pick up your headshots. So please, guys, if you've done your order for your headshots and they're simply sitting where the t-shirts are, please go ahead and pick up your headshots, because after today, you won't be able to. Now, again, to reiterate about the headshots, you guys will not need your headshots to bring with you until the open call photo drop on Saturday, but you want to pick those up today. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to start bringing out our panel to the stage. Nathan, are we ready? First person we're going to bring to the stage, from Authentic Talent, Brantley Brown. Next we have Philo from Singapore, the Hello Group. Next from Sydney, Australia, Stephen Harmon, the X Division. From Vancouver, Canada, Nigel. From Los Angeles, Stephen Nash. From Dubai, Kenny. Michael from Hong Kong. And Tracy from Sydney, Australia. Guys, thanks for being here today. We all appreciate your presence here up on the stage. I'd like to go ahead and start with Brantley. Brantley, you're from Authentic Talent in Los Angeles, and I think that your company and the people that you work with in Los Angeles really have your hands on what's happening in terms of how social media is shaping a young person's career in this business. Would you please share your thoughts with the parents and the kids out there as to how you see social media being such a profound effect on a young person's career?
That's a loaded question. You know, our industry is always changing, and you always have to keep up with it. And, you know, it's also nice because at Authentic we do represent a array of different talent, and so it always starts with an artist, but nowadays, yes, with social media being so present and playing such having a strong meaning in where we're going, it's important. And even as an artist, to utilize your social media, I hate this word branding, but it's giving many people an opportunity that they wouldn't have had, or somebody who is on a series to be able to create a platform that goes beyond them. So we're always stressing, like, you're given this opportunity, whether you're on a series, whether you're on a feature, to use that to better your community and better your world. So it helps in so many ways. Does it help in business? Yes, there's so many deals that are made. And then on the other side, it gives you a platform to speak up for what you believe, to take on a cause. And so social media is kind of there for everybody. It's kind of creating a bond internationally, but it's important because what you're putting out there represents you. And I think for our company, we just really feel strongly that you utilize that in the best way in business and in representing the brand you want to be.
That's a great answer. Stephen, let's go to you. I wanted to talk to specifically some of the Australian families that are here, because your presence here at the program has helped quite a few Australians do very well back at home. And I know you have one young man who's got some potential here in Los Angeles. So tell everyone, Stephen, a little bit about the kids that you've found through the program.
Thank you. Can you hear me? I found it a very interesting experience because we don't know where you're from when we see you do your presentation. So I called back the people I wanted to talk to, and was surprised that two of them were from Sydney. Like I say, like one of the young fellas, Naldo Clarence, he booked a guest role on a show already back in Sydney. And another young fella I signed was from Alberta, Canada. And he has moved to Vancouver, and he's he's been networked approved as a lead in a series in America, but I can't say what it is. We hopefully have the visas sorted out this week. But that is a huge thing I was really surprised myself to find someone here who's going to book a Canadian. I'm Australian, he's Canadian, he's booked a lead in an American series. So it can happen, it does happen. I think I was dying to come back to. It's
quite amazing because at this program we have 13 countries here.
Yes.
And like Stephen mentioned, guys, the industry that comes in to watch your performances has no idea where you're from, because the purpose is to base it on your talents and to see whether or not they genuinely believe that you have the skill to do something like this. And then magic happens for Stephen and others to meet families from around the world they would never otherwise meet. And I know, Stephen, that you've shared a lot of excitement with Nathan about some of these kids. There's a young man named Jordan. There's another one, Deontay, Naldo. These kids have really done quite well, and we're excited that you're excited.
I'm very excited.
Yeah. Philo from Singapore. Hi, Philo.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Now, Philo, you've been to the program often, and we're very happy to have you back. Now, Philo is from the Hello Group in Singapore, and you represent Christina Cadonius, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Yes. Now, Christina is in her fifth, or no, is she in her fifth season now on that show?
It's over 500 episodes.
Over 500, okay. So we have a young lady who came to our program who's represented by Philo. who is a series regular on a MediaCorp show in Singapore. She's done over 500 episodes of her television show. Tell us a little bit about your experience at Premiere with Christina and other talent that you've seen here.
This is my 4th time here, so I'm really glad to be back. Frankly, for the first time I came here, I was a bit skeptical because, you know, we flew like 30 hours here just to look at some of the kids, you know, but I was pleasantly surprised, and there's a lot of talent here. Over the few years, we've worked with many of them, and they've done commercials, TV series, and recently we just did Crazy Rich Asian movie in Singapore. Yeah, so it's exciting times in Asia. Yeah, and it's good to see new talents this time.
Thank you. Let's go to...
Very, very promising. Actually, a lot of the agents that we're talking about her at the time, it just ended up that she was from Vancouver. And so when we connected in Vancouver, I facilitated the introduction to the casting directors locally, and you know, she really did the rest. It was amazing because I think in her 3rd audition, she ended up on a movie and got 11 days. So
wow.
She was a lead on the film, and you know, her family had to adapt to the schedule, and they were running in all directions, and it was very cool. I was able to go visit set, and yeah. It
was a great photo. That's the power of social media. It's amazing. Stephen, thank you for being here. Now, you found a young man, I think it was the last program.
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes, that was last July.
Okay.
Last July, a year ago.
So there's a boy who I evaluated in Shreveport, Louisiana, and I met his parents, and you know, Philo, you talk about being skeptical. This dad, because his father had a plan for him to be a professional golfer. That's what he wanted to be. He wanted his dad's, you know, you're gonna be the next Tiger Woods, and that didn't work out. But that was his father's dream for his son, and Mom was very supportive, and it was not something easy for them to do financially to come to Premiere. And they made a lot of sacrifices to be here. And then you met him at the program, and then what happened from there?
I had very long meetings with him and his parents. And his parents, just wonderful people. You know, they're from a farm town in Oklahoma, population like 300. So definitely had a lot of questions. And what was wonderful, a lot of wonderful things about Blaine, including the prep from Premiere was fantastic. I think Drew was his trainer.
Yes.
And amazing, wonderful.
Drew West.
Quality training, not just information, but practical stuff that was totally applicable to what we needed to do. And so I worked with Blaine on Skype prior to him moving to LA. He drove to LA on his birthday this past January, and it's been an amazing journey. I realistically said if we accomplish certain things within 2 years, it may not be enough for your dreams, but it would be real important progress. But he exceeded that in the first 6 months. He has a film that's, he is a lead in a film that's in editing right now, and he just signed with a major agent. I made the management decision in partnership with him to wait, not jump into any agency. I'm a manager. Not to jump into any agency relationship. I felt, and it was a tiny risk, that by building, we would then be in a position to be attractive in a motivating way to a more substantial agency, and that's exactly what happened.
That's awesome. Kenny from Dubai, Frameworks. Thank you for being here. This is Kenny's first time being with us. Kenny, tell us, because I know that social media has certain restrictions in Dubai and people's personal privacy and kind of how that works. So can you share with everyone, not much for the Dubai families, but really this is more for the rest of the world and how social media plays a part in Dubai, or the UAE, I should say.
Hello, thank you for this question. Social media is becoming a very big part of the industry as well as Dubai. Initially, when it just started, it's much kind of restricted, especially for the local communities, because the locals are very private, and many parents and many models, especially the Arabic models, are not able to sign up to social media or to promote themselves or to show themselves on social media. But because there's a lot of expert communities in Dubai, and they get out there and they are very much successful on social media, promoting themselves, promoting their career. Now we have a lot of the local communities, the private, the restricted ones, coming out, and we're able to discover them as an agency, because it's good. We've discovered so many talents on social media. And before, in the beginning, it was really hard to go on social media to find Arabic talent, for example. That would be there promoting ourselves. So in a way, social media has been very positive, although it takes a long time to get there, because in the beginning, you would not even find the locals or the restricted Arabic, the conservative ones on social media. And you would not even have parents allowing their kids to even do modeling or to be on social media. But nowadays, because they've seen how much exposure and how much positive influence social media has brought so many people, so everybody's getting out there and using social media to promote themselves and to improve their image as well. And we as an agency, we're very, very happy to find so many talents on social media. Otherwise, we would not be able to discover them in the first place.
Great answer. Michael from True West Talent, thanks for being here from Hong Kong. A lot of the families that I meet around the world, most parents are extremely concerned about their child's education. Obviously, in an Asian country such as Hong Kong, parents are going to be interested in the personal development side for their child, a little bit concerned that working in this industry may affect their schooling. I'm sure that's a question that you get all the time.
It is. As you mentioned, it is very true. That region, well, throughout the globe, education is very important, but in that region, school sometimes trumps everything. Mm-hmm. It is the most important thing for their kid. I had one parent who didn't want their child to participate in the Spielberg film Ready Player One because he would miss school. And I lost out on that, and the child lost out on that, more importantly. Mm-hmm. And it is something that is important that you have to approach in a sensitive manner, because it is a strong thing. It is very important, but there needs to be some assurance that there are ways around missing the school and the education system, of having tutors on site, of having teachers available, of making an effort to approach the schools and let them be aware of the circumstances, and hopefully have some leniency on things such as exams. But it tends to be a challenge, definitely.
And that's something that a lot of industry people really expect, guys. So if you're having any concerns about education or balance with a child's life in terms of their private time, family time, education, and so on, that is something that all the industry people that attend the program are very connected to and are very sensitive to that subject, and are able to guide and balance with their professionalism and their experience over the years. That is something that we're able to bridge and make it across. And then we have Tracy from Independent Management in Sydney. Tracy, thank you for coming here. A lot of the Australian families that I have met, especially the kids from Sydney, they are singers and dancers and actors. They are like triple threats. They love it all. And they're very passionate. Their parents are obviously very supportive in the arts, starting them at dance at such a young age. How have you seen Sydney change in terms of the film industry? Because I know that, you know, the Fox studios there and all the movies coming there. And how have you seen Australia change over the years?
Look, obviously a lot more work's coming to Sydney and Brisbane. People don't necessarily need to be from Brisbane. They can be from Sydney, Melbourne. You know, it's not all about local hire. So we sort of see all of that. But we're also getting the material from the US. So we've got, you know, we've got a number of our very young people doing international television at the moment and film. And you know, we have access, so it's there. So not just what's going on in Sydney.
That's cool. So for the kids who are from Australia with us today, they are able to tap into things that are happening in Los Angeles, for example.
Absolutely, and Canada and the UK, yeah.
So that's another way of thinking about it, guys. You know, obviously, as Tracy's saying, where you live is not necessarily in your way, if you will. Now, that plays into demo reels and things like that, right? When you guys are getting submissions and you're seeing people submit their show reels to you and stuff like that, yeah. So show reels obviously help with technology to bridge a gap for a lot of that stuff. I'm going to go down the panel. I'm going to go back to Brantley, and we're going to just kind of go one by one and ask everybody what it is that they're looking for this week. If there is anything specific that each of you, if there's maybe something common in your clients that you find as a key to success or something that you believe that you are looking for particular this week.
Talent. You know, I'm so proud of my clients, and I look at my list all the time and say, like, wow, you know, my clients are so talented, but they're truly good people and artists, and I look for someone with a good head on their shoulders who know who they are as an artist. You don't have to be the Jennifer Lawrence of the world. Everybody's unique, and then you bring something different. And at the core of it, you've got to have the talent, and you've got to know who you are, again, as an actor, as an artist, as a performer. And when you're being truthful with yourself and your work, that shines. And if you're here because you want this career of fame and fortune and money and glitz, I'm not looking for that. I'm about the work, and all that stuff will come in time. So you have to form a good foundation. So I'm just looking for those who are passionate, excited about what they do, and have this hunger and drive to be better and to learn more.
Stephen?
I guess I'm looking for extraordinary talent from wherever that may be. The last event in December was the first time I'd ever signed people that weren't Australian, which was an interesting new experience for me, and it has worked. I guess when you're looking at children, I'm also looking at the parents. So, you know, we want to interview the parents and make sure the parents are, how do I say this?
So parents, be on your best behavior.
Yeah. What else? I think that's it.
Philo?
Well, we're all here to work with you guys and to discover hidden potential. So when you're out there performing, don't take it that we're judging you. We're just looking out for your personality, and the lines that you deliver, they're just a tool, so don't go too anxious about it. It's okay to be nervous. You need that adrenaline. But at the end of the day, we're just looking for a good, natural performance. Let your charisma shine through, and just be confident, have fun. If you're having fun, we can tell, you know, and that we will laugh with you or we will cry with you. And just be yourself. Don't overdress or put too much makeup. Yeah, just really have fun and enjoy the moment.
Nigel?
What I'm looking for is marketability. How do the individuals that we're looking at during this event fit into the shows that we work on a daily basis back home? That's very vital to the shows. And the people that they cast in them. The second would be confidence. That's really important in a setting like this. You know, if a child is made for this business, it's going to shine through their confidence and the way that they present themselves. So those are the two major things that I'm looking for.
Stephen?
Well, I agree with everything that's been said. This is great advice. While our people will work anywhere in the world, whether it's New York or wherever else, and new news, I'm announcing I'm opening an office in Australia. I am located in Los Angeles. So I'm looking for people who I feel are saleable in today's market. And that's just a matter of opinion. Like you, I hope, I try to watch every new show to see what's happening, the style of the pieces, as he just said. I'm most looking for, I hate to use the word again, unique, but that is the answer. And a unique personality is not necessarily something unusual or extraordinary, but it's someone who owns who they are. And you may be 15 years old and not have any complicated decisions on what you look like or represent, but it comes down to being honest on who you are and being present in the space. So I'm looking for people who have confidence and poise and create a style that I feel is going to rise above the thousands who are going after the same role. I think that one nice thing about this event is the preparation is so good for bringing to us what we might be needing in this time. I like people who listen. It's important if I feel like they read, because there's so much reading involved with the business today. And most of all, is someone listening? Are they listening actively? Are they present in the room at that moment? In the end, it's an abstraction. You never know what's going to be right. But certainly, if you don't get into your head and just be present in the moment, imagine you're home with friends and just letting it happen, that's where your deepest truth is going to come out, in that tense instant of meeting someone, in a rep in passing at an event like this.
Kenny?
I'm looking for a good talent, a unique talent like all my colleagues have mentioned, and most important thing, looking for a talent that appeals to the Middle Eastern audience. There's a lot of opportunities in Middle East, and we always looking for new talent with unique personality. So I also want, it's a children talent competition, I've always had problems working, the kids have good talents, but the parent is somehow restricting the kid into, becoming what they want to be. So I also, for me, the major part is having to work with kids that their parents are also open to letting their children discover their unique personality and able to let the agency nurture them. So I'm looking for talents that is open to possibility of working in the Middle Eastern market, that also appeal to the Middle East audience, a talent that is also marketable for our clients. We have a lot of clients and we're always looking for new faces.
Michael?
Well, I'm doomed to repeat a lot of what's already been said, but one of the key things, aside from all of what we've already heard, I really would love always to see passion with the kids, having them do what they love to do, having them enjoy themselves and enjoy the art of performing in whatever aspect that they are focusing on. It's really something special to have someone perform for you who loves doing what they're doing. And unfortunately, there are some folks out there who are, perhaps pushing somebody who's not really interested in performing or acting or modeling. But when there's a kid who wants nothing more than to be on stage and to be heard and to show their talents, it really shines through, and it really is enjoyable to work with somebody who enjoys doing what they do so well.
Tracy?
And going last, I get to go the shortest. I agree with everybody. And in addition, look, I'd be looking for a connection with the talent because it's about a long relationship, not a quick one. So I'm looking for, in addition, connection. Yeah.
So guys, really the message of what all the industry people at the panel are talking about today is to be yourself. And the person that I met at that evaluation weekend on that Saturday, whether it be in Singapore or Hong Kong or Frankfurt or Amsterdam or anywhere in the 13 countries that represent this room right now, you, out of tens of thousands of people, are a part of a very special group of 500 who are passionate, intelligent, and prepared for the opportunity. Luck is preparedness that meets opportunity. You are prepared. This is your opportunity. So what's going to happen over the next several days while you guys are performing, the panel here wants you to show them your talent, your passion, your hunger, your potential, your confidence, what makes you unique, and passion. Those are all of the elements that they want to see. You all have that inside of you, so just bring that to the surface, bring that to your performances. That will be recognized by people who are the best at what they do and give you the opportunities to manifest the callbacks and begin relationships with people that will go together with you on this journey. Thank you, everyone, for being here this morning. We're about to have a wonderful day in our practice sessions. Have a marvelous day. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Pano and Michael. Good luck, everyone, in your practice sessions. Work hard, stay focused, and have fun.